Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, as always, is the Cyborg.
I'm back.
You're back.
I am back.
As always, even though we missed last week.
Back again.
Mr. Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Megan, what's up? Megan?
Fucking traitor.
Man, we gotta give her crickets.
She was so
She's gotta
disgusted by Shang Chi, and she hated it so much, she just decided to skip the whole episode.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not true. But it's close. No, not even.
It's a variant.
No, Shang-Chi is obviously the subject of discussion today.
They did read the title of the podcast.
Not a lot
episode.
of things to talk about. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't know. But
What, news?
Yeah.
Or the movie?
No, news.
There's a lot to talk about the movie.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to talk about the movie.
There's only a little bit I'm actually disappointed about this movie for once.
Right.
Very little.
Speaking of disappointed, if you missed the Labor Day sale at Ford Supply, you are certainly disappointed.
You idiots.
They're also the sponsors of this episode. They're makers of all natural and organic soaps for men with scents like tropical teakwood, citrus IPA, cypress pine, and so many more. I need a new list.
Yep. We got lime.
'Cause you gotta get that
Ryan's
weekend.
smelling lime.
Visit their website at fordsupply.com to order online and use promo code ALTEREGO to get 10% off your order. Ford soap, real soap.
No bullshit.
That's right. It's actually Megan and I's anniversary as of the date of this episode, Friday, the 10th. Yeah.
The 10th?
We will have been married for 5 years.
I wonder where you're
What's that,
going.
5 years.
We're going to Tony and Nello's. Tony and Nello's Southern Italian Cuisine and Grill's, a hidden gem that's family owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bay Way South, Tierra Verde, Florida. It's a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for a reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out TonyandNello's.com.
Congratulations on your past nuptials.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, man. So, yeah, we were talking before we hit record. You missed all the DC last week. All the DC you could possibly want.
Oh, God.
And
Was it
there's
that
not
good?
a lot of the DC this. Yeah, it was good. It was really
How
good
did I
for
miss it all?
once.
Listen to the episode, bro.
I mean, I'll listen to the episode.
Yeah, thank you.
It's in the queue.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm listening to Tower 4. I'm trying to finish that before
right.
season 2 comes out.
Tower 4 by Seven Lamb Productions. Tower 4 is about a guy out in the Wyoming woods who's a fire watcher. His name is Mike Archer, played by yours truly. And he is noticing some quite interesting things happening out there. It might be more than meets the eye. He's not a Transformer. I'll say that
I
much.
was gonna say, is he Optimus Prime?
But we just dropped a trailer for season 2 today. A lot of people have really wanted season 2 of Tower 4. As a matter of fact, as Seven Lamb, that's all I hear anymore. When's season 2 of Tower 4 coming?
I know I saw that pop up in my stream. I'm like, not yet. I'm still listening. I'm still catching up.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that come out and get going. But let's get into the news, the little
Give me all three
morsels of newses that we have. One that I thought was really interesting, there's a movie coming out with James McAvoy, who's one of my favorite actors, I think. He's really talented.
He do it.
He's up there with Leo for me, Leo being my favorite.
I'd say Leo's my guy.
Yeah. Leo has really gone on a journey in his life from being the kid from Titanic to what he's done lately.
Yeah, I just watched. What was it? The Hollywood movie.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, that's so
The other
good.
night, and I'm like, holy shit, bro!
First
this
time
guy
seeing
can
it?
act. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm like, this guy can act his ass off, man.
See him
It's
in The
ridiculous.
Revenant.
That's what we're gonna
Revenant's
watch next.
real good.
Yeah, you want to say if he can act his ass off? Go watch The Revenant. That was crazy.
See,
now I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, so I don't have a measuring stick to tell you. But that's why I'm
They're
saying
very good in very different ways.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
Well,
I love
that one
Tarantino
is-
movies though, so
Yeah.
I saw that one in the theaters.
I'm a Tarantino fan until I start seeing the Tarantino come through on the screen. Like when people start getting really overly talkative about nothing, I'm like, okay, Quentin, come on. Speed it up.
It's his voice.
Inglorious Bastards hurt me to watch.
Oh, I know. We've had
I
this
love
conversation on this
Christoph Waltz,
podcast.
but when he's like, I thought that there were Jews under the floorboards. Will you look it up and show me that they are there, both of them 5'2", wearing yellow sundresses? It's like, Quentin, shut up and let him just... Anyway.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This, like, as a Tarantino movie goes, to me, literally, the Tarantino came through in like the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
It felt like a normal movie up until that point.
Shocker. But anyway, the movie I was talking about for him it's called My Son, and it's about a gentleman whose son is kidnapped. And the interesting part about this for James McAvoy is there's no script. He is ad-libbing the entire movie.
What's he got, bullet points?
I don't know what he's got. Somebody's probably telling him, hey, here's the scene, but it's going to be really weird. I don't know. I'd love to know more about it. But like if the actors in the scene are also ad-libbing, he's like, here's a point that we're getting to.
Whose line is it anyways?
Yeah.
The movie.
So, I mean, like ad-libbing getting physical with somebody, you know, like I'm sure that's going to happen at some point. He's going to want to know where his son is and grab somebody. I don't know. Who knows?
I actually kind of really like that idea.
I mean, if they pull it off.
It's fun on paper, but when you're there and like, here's the challenge I see with that, right? Is that McAvoy's up here and some of the people he's acting with might not be up here. So when he hits them with something crazy, I don't know how they're going to react or what could possibly happen. And how do you go, and cut, let's do it again from the top?
You're telling me waiter number 2 can't ad-lib?
Yeah. Chicken or fish, sir? You know, I'd really like a piece of steak.
Line?
Chicken or fish, sir?
He's not supposed to say that.
He's not supposed to tell me he wants steak.
I mean, for me,
Guy
movies,
just starts sweating.
in some
Yeah.
situations, like the way they just talk, like no one talks like that, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly right. How about the fact that nobody ever says, bye, talk to you later
They just walk off
on the phone? They just hang up or just walk away. Or somebody's in the middle of a heated argument. This is my favorite. And somebody walks away and the other actor is like, there's no way I could possibly say, hey, come back here. Let's work this out.
No, just
And
sad
then they just
music
go to the next
swells.
person and they go, what's going on with so-and-so? He's angry. I don't know why.
That's actually how I live my life every day.
That's
So-
Hollywood. Yeah, there you go. That's Hollywood for you. Speaking of Hollywood, Bob Odenkirk, the guy from Better Call Saul, he's from
Nobody.
Nobody. He was in Breaking Bad. He's hilarious. He's in a lot of stuff. He was injured or collapsed on a set that he was working on, and they have reported that he's now made a full recovery. He's out and he is back on the scene of the set of Better Call Saul and trying to finish up. I don't know if it's their last season or they're still going.
That's a show I watched season 1 of. I went, wow, this is great. And I just never followed up, but I feel like I need to. Because
Let us know.
1 ended on a cliffhanger, I believe, if I remember correctly.
That's funny.
It's been a couple years.
Seasons are never going to wrap everything up nicely and go,
Well, I thought it
we're
was a
done."
one and done. Like, I didn't think this was going to be
Right.
a multiple season thing. Because it's a spinoff.
Yeah.
And it was a spinoff kind of like apprehensively done. Like, we don't really want to do Breaking Bad anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll just do this thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. We shall
Interesting.
see.
I
I'll
love
see.
Bob, so I think he's going to be good. But we mentioned this guy just a little bit ago, Leo. He's got a new movie coming out from Adam McKay, who was the writer of Anchorman and the other guys and a lot of comedy movies. And it is starring the first 3 names that I saw. I saw Meryl Streep in the trailer, but I also saw Jennifer Lawrence and Jonah Hill. It's a comedy, I think.
What movie is this?
Or a dramedy. It's called Don't Look Up. It's about a guy who discovers that there is a meteor that's going to destroy the Earth. And it's just like people trying to live their lives after that's happened. And they're panicking. They don't know what they're going to do. They're going to try to find something. But it looks like it's supposed to be funny and serious and wild at the same time. I don't know. It looks really good. And I think for some reason Jonah Hill's the president, in which case I've automatically got to watch the movie. You put Jonah in the Oval Office and I'm like, yeah, we're watching it.
Yeah. I've been on a comedy kick lately, watching comedy movies I've seen 100 times, like super bad.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
So you could tell Jonah Hill and Leonardo DiCaprio really like each other. Like at this point, right? They've done Wolf of Wall Street together. He was in Django Unchained. And now he's in this movie with him too.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot Jonah Hill was in
Django.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody got another mask? I ripped mine. Don't matter if you can see. Don't matter if he can see. Only thing that matters is can the fucking horse see. That's a raid. Love that movie. Anyway, that movie looks really, really funny. You should check it out. I think it's coming out to Netflix. It's like an apocalyptic comedy or something. But in the news of movies, there was another trailer that dropped today.
What?
Did anybody see the trailer that dropped today?
Oh, I didn't click on it, but I saw the thumbnail.
You are killing me.
I've only seen the first one. So,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
I've been outside
Interessante.
working all day, so unfortunately I did not see a trailer.
Matrix, what is it? Oh my God.
Revelations?
Revolutions. Revelations.
One of them. Revs.
It looks like it's going to be a little bit more modern with actual better graphics, which is weird to say for the Matrix.
Because that movie aged really well.
It did. It had really good graphics, very practical graphics. I love the way they did the difference between the Matrix and when he was not in the Matrix and what was real and what wasn't. I thought it was a really, really good movie. 1, 2, and 3 kind of slowly decline.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a Game of Thrones situation where they're like, we're kind of getting done with doing this, and then they moved on. But this one looks very modern. Keanu has very long hair. He has the beard. He's got the John Wick look. He does see in the trailer, he sees Trinity. Mm-hmm. And they kind of shake hands, and there's like, do I know you? Do you know me? All that kind of weird stuff. There's a new Morpheus figure who is the actor, I think, that played Candyman.
Oh.
What's his name?
John Candyman.
John Candyman.
I think it's Oliver something.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. But it looks interesting. It looks like it's a lot of fan service. There's a lot of or not entities, but like nods to the previous movie that when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I don't know if you're trying to just repackage what you gave us the first time or if there's actual content here because can I spoiler alert the third Matrix movie for you?
Sure.
They destroy the Matrix.
I figured.
The humans make a deal with the robots. We're done with the Matrix.
Well,
so for the Matrix to come back, it's kind of like, well, maybe did the robots go, it's not the Matrix. Actually, it's we ended the Matrix, but now we've got you in the Datrix.
Yeah, the Hatrix.
Yeah.
I read a report from Cinematon last week where they showed a lot of extended scenes from Matrix 4, and I guess there were 2 full scenes that were basically reenactments of Matrix 1. With different characters in it.
And there are a couple scenes that I saw like that kind of like, you remember the Morpheus don't stop trying to hit me and hit me scene? That one looked like it was there. Taking the red pill, taking the blue pill looked like it was there. The stuff with the mirror, like when he originally went in. I'm not getting the warm and fuzzies about this movie. It looks like it's going to have great action, awesome graphics.
It's going to be a huge movie. It's going to make a shitload of money.
Yeah. I mean, anything with Keanu.
Force Awakens, it seems like.
Yeah. Anything with him at this point makes lots of money.
Except for Cyberpunk 2099.
But that wasn't him.
And
he was there.
Make a decent amount of money.
He made money.
Listen. Yeah, you ask Keanu, he's like, hey, man, that check clear, baby. I love Cyberpunk 2099. But Matrix getting back in, I mean, this seems to be a recurring theme in Hollywood.
No new ideas?
Bro, they have no new ideas.
So
can't stand it.
That's like you talked about movies like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm like, great. Even though that was based on something.
Yeah.
But
it was loosely based on something.
Yeah. And I didn't even know that going in because I didn't watch any trailers. Because I wanted to go in fresh.
What's his name wrote? Tarantino wrote.
Yeah, but no, that's the movie's based on real people. And that a lot of that stuff really happened.
Well, although Tarantino got sued by Bruce Lee's estate.
Yeah,
for the stuff that happened.
Look like a little bitch.
Yeah, but even like Tarantino has gone in and said that that's just that scene. Of course, if Bruce Lee doesn't get caught by surprise, he gets back up and kicks the shit out of Brad Pitt's character. But they made him look like a dick. That was the problem. Not that Brad Pitt got the upper hand. They made him look like an asshole.
Yeah.
And the family was like, "What are you doing?"
Nobody wants to see their family member portrayed that way,
right? Especially because they're now deceased and can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but Tarantino's like, these are just things I heard about him on set. Rumors I heard about him.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to tell you.
It seems weird that they, in this day and age, that they made a movie with real people in it,
Yeah.
based on real people.
Yeah.
That they didn't just change the name to Bruce Twee.
Yeah. LaRousse Brie. Yeah. But maybe we'll get some original ideas coming up. Although, don't look up. I felt like that was supposed to be an original concept, but then I know that the Steve Carell had a similar movie with Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
Where it was the end of the world, Friend for the End of the World, I think is what it was called.
It was. Oh, I can't remember. The title
I think
of it
it's
now.
literally Need a Friend for the End of the World or something like that.
That's very close.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the Matrix people, two separate people claim that was a stolen idea.
Matrix?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. There's a
That's
comic
crazy.
book that not Jim Lee, another famous comic book writer. Can't remember. Jim Lee's an artist though. But
Did you know that The Departed, my favorite movie of all time, was originally a Japanese script?
oh, I did not.
It was adapted to be in South Boston.
Wow.
That was another
That's a
script.
heck of a
and
change.
it was already supposed to be about the Yakuza and all that other stuff, and they made it to Whitey Bulger. You know, not although Jack Nicklaus is not Whitey Bulger, but that's who his character is based off of.
Tony Todd is the guy from Candyman.
Nice. He's good. He's really good. I saw him. I was like, oh, shoot. All right.
Ryan, that was 4 topics ago. Come on, we need to know about the other
Wouldn't
one.
this
I'm
be
looking
interesting
right
if they're rebooting the Matrix and that guy's playing a younger version of Morpheus in a different Matrix? Oh, God. Don't do this.
Oh God, rabbit hole. Here we come.
And it's directed by Lana Wachowski,
Yeah.
which originally it was by the Wachowski brothers, who have now transitioned to the Wachowski sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the sisters did not want to do the movie, but the other one still did.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Are you still excited for Dune?
Yeah, I want to see it. I still want to see Dune. I've heard some anticlimactic reviews saying that it's super long. You know, like sometimes people get wrapped up when they're making such a legacy project and there's so much content. There's so many books for Dune and so much stuff that they want to do that they feel like fans are just going to feel elated being in the universe and seeing what's happening.
Like soaking it all up.
When certain things really just aren't pushing the story forward.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get it. It's Dune. Show me some stuff. And so I feel certain movies do that. Lord of the Rings was another one I felt that did that. It took a lot of time, which granted, you have these massive, beautiful sets, and the same thing could be said for Dune. But I'm just like, can we get there?
Yep.
Can we get a director's shorter cut, please?
When I was at Shang Chi, I walked in halfway through that trailer. And even like walking up the steps, kind of looking at it, I was like, I don't know, man.
All I can tell you is, if you're watching that movie about 80,000 times, you're going to hear that one woman go, ah!
That is your wife at the volleyball game tonight.
Yeah. She's singing the national anthem. She's really good.
That's cool. That's really cool.
I mean, she's not as good as me, but she's good.
Who is?
I tell you what, let's get into DC a little bit.
Tony.
DC.
Oh,
Tony and Nellos.
And it is Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
there you go.
Aquaman. They got to release new suit. Here's one thing I didn't notice in the first movie: his area for his package is enormous.
You didn't notice that?
I did not. That was like,
First thing
damn,
I
they're
noticed.
trying to accentuate his dick being huge. He may have killed Ocean Master with that thing.
Big old cod piece right there.
I was like, that's good cock piss right there. Wee boy. Looks at that thing. Is snuggling a weasel inside of those aqua pants.
Oh, damn it.
The new one looks much better.
Yeah.
Looks a lot sleeker. It's all heroes in round 2. It's all black.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, we're just making him cool. How we can't go with the original green and orange. That's not cool.
Yeah, why can't you just do that?
I mean, change it, sure. Do something new and cool. I don't know what you're gonna do, but
He's got a cool
let's
new
just make
52 suit.
Let's just make it sleeker and black and not like Aquaman at all.
And more Batman-y.
And more Batman.
God, DC, please do something good.
But there was there is one good DC thing that came out. Not that was. Oh, and they also showed Ocean Master, in basically a what's the name of that movie with Tom Hanks where he's with the volleyball?
Castaway.
Castaway. Ocean Master looks like Castaway.
And his name is Wilson.
Standing on a beach, and he's in like raggedy pants. He is shredded. He looks like he did all the sit-ups to prepare for this. And he's got the huge beard and the really long hair. So I have a feeling Aquaman is going to have to go back and find his brother to help with XYZ thing. Who the hell knows?
All washed up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's washed up. He's not even an ocean master. He's got floaties at this point. We don't know if he can still swim.
I am inner tube man.
Yeah. I am wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man. A new animated movie's coming out. I think we talked about this a little bit.
I don't know. I wasn't here.
Injustice.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch that trailer.
The actual movie looks interesting. So the premise of Injustice, if you don't know Injustice, it was a video game first, and then it was a comic book release after that. And they kind of hinted to this in the Snyder Cut as well. Is that at one point Joker kills Lois Lane, and unbeknownst to him, but he probably wouldn't have cared anyway, Superman's unborn child at the same time. And that is the moment that cracks Superman. And he's like, why am I arresting these people? Why am I doing this nice guy thing? They never stop unless I kill them. So I'm just going to start killing everyone. And it's the Justice League trying to rein Superman back in. I don't think it's going to happen. DC, don't blow it. All right, we can have another universe and let Superman get crazy.
We got a lot of evil Superman stuff coming up. We got that Suicide Squad game with an evil Superman in it.
A mind-controlled Superman, yeah.
So,
yeah, because Superman is boring to me. He's boring.
I say that, but I was always a proponent that like Captain America's boring. What a boring superhero. But if you write him well. Yeah, you cast him well.
You're right there, but when you look at the power creep of both of those, of Superman versus Captain America, Captain America can get in mortal situations where you're like, oh, he might die.
That's
Superman doesn't get there unless it's a catastrophe or a Omega level threat coming in to kill something. Other than that, Superman's going to show up and say, I believe in justice, and kick everyone's ass.
It's my same problem with Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It's like very boring. There are no consequences here.
Right. And what's going to stop them?
She's going to show up with a different haircut. That's it.
And that's where, what is it from Dark Knight? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. I think they're doing
the greater DC motto.
Doing that with Wanda right now.
Please pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
Did anybody see Marvel Zombies?
Not yet.
Nope.
It's on my list.
Oh, my Lanta.
I know. I was going to try and watch it.
It got a 5 by IGN, and it's the worst rated, I think, episode that's come out of the 5.
What? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Did it deserve a 5?
No. It's a good episode.
IGN.
Guys, let's stop looking for what if to solve all the problems in the entire universe in 30 minutes and be able to explore so much. At one point, you want to keep the story moving forward. You want it to be interesting. You want it to be captivating. In that episode, though, people reprised their roles quite a bit.
Yeah, Vision had everybody in it.
Vision is in it. Okoye is in it with her voice. Bucky Barnes is in it with his voice. Sharon Carter is in it. Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp is in it. I mean, there's a lot of good ones.
Is Hawkeye, what's his name?
Hawkeye's in it.
But it's not him?
No. It's not a human.
What, you too fucking busy?
He's a zombie.
That's why.
He's Hawkeye in all the other ones, though.
Oh,
Every other what ifs that he's been in has been Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, I thought so.
And Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah?
He plays himself. I was like, yeah, let's go. It was good. Oh, and so does the guy from Ant-Man. The guy who talks about Baba Yaga. Yeah, the little hacker dude that's part of the group.
The one that's Polka Dot Man in the other movie?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
He is in it, and so is Happy Hogan, which is played by
Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau, which he is one of my favorites. But there's a lot of heroes that you see as zombies, which is really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And these are supposed to be little, like, what ifs. They're literally what if scenarios. They're
Right.
not supposed to like do anything for the universe or tell an entire story. It's just like, whoa, wasn't that weird? Wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't that be weird? That's what the comic books were.
They even like nickel and dimed the actual like name of it. They're like, what if zombies? Why don't you just say this one says what if Captain Carter became? This one just says what if zombies. Shut up.
God, fucking nerds.
I mean, that's why
David
we're here.
Dast Malkin is Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
Would have never thought of that name in a million
Nope.
years for $1 million.
Nope. Polka
That's
Dot
why
Man
IMDb is a beautiful thing.
was better for me. Was Polka Dot Man. Okay, yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Did you see? Okay, so James Gunn posted sidebar. James Gunn posted a picture of the practical effects that they used for the Polka Dot Man effect on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Was
Remember
it
when
Skittles?
Basically,
Did they
but
just
no, but it was
feed him
cool
Skittles
because
before?
like that was all practical effects where like the things are throbbing and glowing. I'm like, oh, I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's not just CGI.
Practical effects always work better. That is why the original Ninja Turtles movie still holds up, because those guys are in the turtle suits. You're willing to forgive poor mouth movement and certain eye tracking just to see the turtles there and actually hit somebody and actually do something. So I completely agree. Practical effects are always going to work for me.
Go Ninja, go Ninja,
Go. That's Ninja
The guy who
Turtles
owns
too.
one of those suits, like the foam from around the lips ate away, and it's just all teeth and gums. It is the scariest fucking thing you will ever see.
That's awesome. But the mouths fully moved on the old ones. That was cool too.
That was Jim Henson, right?
They even sat and ate chips.
Yeah.
I remember that. I think it's either Mikey or Donnie that's just sitting there eating chips, complaining, and I'm like, "This is some of the best high quality Ninja Turtles I've ever seen."
This is high art.
Yeah, this is what we want. Mikey, while he's twirling the the nunchuck on one finger. Keep practicing.
I just had a crazy thought. It's been a couple years since we've had a Ninja Turtle thing. That's due to come around
Already
again.
in writing.
Is it?
Yeah, there's two SNL guys that are writing the script right now.
Is it Shay and what's his name? Michael Shay and
No, I don't remember
two.
their names.
I was thinking of the 2 Weekend
It's
Update.
the guy who, it's one of him. It's him and his brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say they seem like they do a lot of the writing stuff. So
good for them.
yeah, make it good.
I mean, hey, I don't need to look for a specific genre writer for Ninja Turtles. You look for somebody who loves the content.
Speaking
and
of Ninja
loves the
Turtles,
turtles.
and hates CGI.
Last Ronin, has that finished yet?
I don't believe so.
I would love to see that in movie form.
I haven't gotten my 4th volume of Last Ronin. That one is amazing.
I would love to see that in movie form.
Yeah, me too. That was a really, really good one. Maybe when that series is done, we'll go through it. But I think we talked about it a little bit. For those of you who don't remember, Last Ronin is all but one of the Ninja Turtles are dead, and you don't get to know who the Ninja Turtle is. He's wearing all black and carrying all of their weapons. And
Unless you're on Instagram, then
it's interesting. Yeah, right. Unless you want spoilers, then go look at who it is. But yeah, so let's get into a little bit of Marvel news. Not much.
Mister, we
before-
got no news today. It's been like 20 minutes worth of news.
Oh man, that depends on how long we go on Shang-Chi, which I could go for a while.
And it was a lot of Jonah Hill talk,
Shang-Chi.
so,
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah, Jonah's a big fan of the show. Thanks, Jonah. Scarlett Johansson in her lawsuit. Guess how much she's looking for from Marvel for Black Widow?
$100 million.
I don't
That's
know. but she
exactly
fucked
right.
up.
You saw the news.
Oh, no, I didn't. I
Wow,
just
yeah, it's $100 million.
'Cause I know she made 20, and she's like, that's not enough.
She's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why
there's-
should she be the lowest paid one out of all of them?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what do you mean? Because she's a woman, bro. What do you expect?
Oh,
That's
geez.
what you do.
No, but you're absolutely right, and that's why they're just willing to gamble on her. But now they
It's
might have
Scarlett
bigger.
Johansson. I mean, come on.
They might have bigger trouble now, because the Russo brothers have come out and said, "Yeah, we don't know if we want to work for Marvel if that's how it's going to work."
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
It not only is Scarlett Johansson their friend, somebody they're close with, but I mean, I'm like, yeah, if you're not going to pay the star, are you going to pay the directors?
The catering guy's fucked.
Right.
He's not getting paid.
I mean, you
He's
think
not even
about
getting 15%.
all the money that Robert Downey Jr. made, everybody else in that. Why can't she get paid?
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that me and Mark had to actually go to a movie theater last night because we couldn't watch it at home.
And we blame Starjo for that.
I think you can. Can't you watch Shang-Chi on Disney Plus?
You can't.
You cannot.
We both independently planned on watching it at home.
That was the big experiment part, that we're going to put Shang-Chi only out in theaters and see what happens. And that's why Simu Liu came out and was like, we're not an experiment. We're the underdog. I was like, chill, buddy.
Yeah.
Relax, dude.
But you know what? It was an empty theater, so.
Not for me.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
That's why you don't go on a Wednesday.
It wasn't full by any means.
You would have gone with us if you didn't go fucking first thing right away. I'm like, damn, he already went.
Listen, during the week is not an option for people with kids.
No.
Yeah.
Or a guy who's got to run D&D on a Wednesday.
And 8 other podcasts.
There's a man.
But
sponsor Bellaries.
Yeah. Response to Jurgles.
You texted me on Sunday. You're like, oh my God, it was awesome. I'm like, well, shit.
And I was like, I was planning on going in and watching it then.
Yeah.
And then Mark's like, oh, not unless you find a good bootleg. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's got to be on Disney Plus, right? Goes to Disney Plus.
Nope.
Motherfucker.
Yep.
Looks like we're going to the theater, babe.
Well, babe, looks like we're going to the movies.
So, Mark, when do you want to go?
Right.
Anytime you want, babe.
So let's get into Shang-Chi.
Let's get into
Let's
it.
talk about this movie. This is
It's got to be spoiler, bro.
So no, I know, but I want to say, like, it was set up by nothing really. You've got Black Widow that came out before this,
well,
and
wasn't
then
there that short, that kind of
All
Hail the King. I rewatched that.
Yeah, it was good.
Did you guys see when that was actually made?
No,
2014.
Yeah, that was the DVD bonus for Thor 2, I believe, if I remember right.
There's no way.
Pretty sure it was.
All Hail the King mentioning the 10 rings. There's no way that was for Thor 2.
Or no, Iron Man 3 then?
No.
Yeah.
Didn't Thor 2 come out the same year as Iron Man 3?
I don't believe All Hail the King was for that.
It was a DVD bonus on one of those in that era in 2000.
Yeah, because it was a one-off, and I looked on IMDb because I wanted to see who someone was, and I was like, wait, 2014? That's been out for 7 years?
Because they used to do those one-shots, and I love those.
That's exactly what it says.
Because they did the one with the where Coulson fights the guy in the convenience store on the way to get the hammer. Mm-hmm. Does anybody have any idea what I'm talking about?
No, but I know the timeline you're talking about.
These are a series of 15-minute little short things that were DVD bonuses back in the day.
I saw the one of S.H.I.E.L.D., the S.H.I.E.L.D. guys. Before they had the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show, there was one where they would follow the S.H.I.E.L.D. guys while they were doing little missions and stuff, but that's about it.
There was one with a husband and wife that found a Chitauri gun, and they robbed a bank with it.
That's awesome.
We got to find these, man. These are really good. I love these, and they stopped making them.
Damn.
They kind of
All Hail the King probably got some good responses.
That was the last
I liked
one.
it a lot. I thought it was good. So, Shang-Chi.
Okay, sorry.
Brought up by Spider-Man Far From Home and Black Widow.
Yep.
We've really had no other movies, and nobody, period, has mentioned Shang-Chi at all.
And I like it. I like the fact that we didn't have to get introduced to him in an Avengers movie or a Captain America movie. They're just like, oh, yeah, it's happening.
By the way, that's Shang-Chi. You should find out about him. No, don't do that.
Next summer.
So this is one that was brought up by... I felt it had a lot of parallels to Black Panther, the way that it was being marketed. Mm-hmm. As in, this is a, Chinese American or Asian American cast, director, crew, all that, and that was being directly correlated to the success of Black Panther, and the way that that whole movie was set up, and in the similar likeness to that. And I was just kind of hearing that and like, no, and I don't want it to be. No, as in like, no, not all Chinese. No, I don't want that. I don't want it compared to anything else, really. Because then, to me, the expectations automatically go way, way down. When you're trying to say, hey, it's just like this movie. I don't want that movie again.
That's hard to do. But they were probably just trying to get people excited about it.
It didn't work for me. I'll be happy to say that I was proven way freaking wrong by Shang-Chi, because I had... very low expectations for this movie. And a couple of my buddies texted me after it came out and were like, this is a top 5 Marvel movie, at least one of the top solo movies for me, period. And I was like, okay, I'll go see it. Just kind of
that's what got you out of the house.
No, not... as in, I'm not going to buy into it and go, yeah, okay, I hear it's amazing, let's do it. I was just kind of like, I'm going to reserve all judgment on Shang-Chi. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie, and there are a lot of things I absolutely loved about it. We'll do our non-spoilers, obviously, and then we will give everybody full notice before we jump off the bandwagon. So let's take a quick break, and then we're going to get into it. Sorry, cliffhanger. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. No, I'm kidding. We're back. I like to give y'all that little dopamine drip. Oh, hey, we're back. Yes. Shang-Chi. If you haven't seen it, go see it, first and foremost.
Yeah.
This will be the non-spoiler version of the movie, and then we'll get into the spoilers.
Even if you haven't seen it, don't listen to any of this. Go watch it right now. Drop everything.
Well,
go to the movies.
Do that.
And then save this and come right back to it.
Pause. Go buy a movie ticket.
Yeah.
Come back and
get
see
some
us.
popcorn.
I think the best part of this movie was everything. It was so good. There's not a lot of holes. It was hard for me to look at it and find something that I was like, I don't like that. Not that I actively do that, but typically things will stick out like a sore thumb. Like in Black Widow, thought it was a fantastic movie. I loved it. I can't wait to watch it again when it's free on Disney Plus. But I didn't like the headbutt thing, and I didn't like the supply guy. But this one, it's not there.
Yeah.
It's just not there.
It's a very well-written movie.
Character, the main character is captivating. He is good at keeping your attention. Physically, good Lord, he's very talented.
Jeebus.
Aquafina is, I don't know, on par with him as far as one of my favorites, if not a little better.
I was going to say, she's fantastic.
She is just so good, and I love her, and she just is, she's different.
Yeah.
And she's a breath of fresh air to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's even considered a love interest in the movie, but
no, they're just buddies.
But
we'll see.
There's
We'll see.
Yeah.
Save it for the sequel.
But this is arguably my favorite villain in any of the MCU movies that's come out.
He was, without spoiling anything, he had believable motivations.
Yes.
Believable backstory. Like it wasn't contrived at all, and I was just so captivated by that. I'm like, that's great. Like you can see where this person's coming from and what they're trying to achieve, but they're definitely doing it the wrong way.
At no point was I like, this is not believable that this villain would do this.
Yeah.
Or I don't understand his motivations here. As a matter of fact, a lot of the time I was like, get it, dog. Get it. Mm-hmm. I loved the actor. I loved his interaction with the cast, his motivations. You're absolutely right. It was one of those times where you're like, I get it, man.
Yeah.
I
get
that
Magneto effect. I liked it.
Yeah. He was fantastic. Golly. I can't say enough about it. I would watch that movie just for his performance. And what about you, Ryan? What do you think? You said you had a couple things you want to say about it. Or are you waiting for spoiler territory?
I kind of want to go to spoiler territory. I'll take that there.
You always do.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark?
Well, I'll just say that I don't know much about Shang-Chi, and I think most people are in that boat.
Yeah.
And I think this movie is definitely going to benefit from that, because Shang-Chi has never been like an A-level Marvel hero.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives it more room to kind of build him into the universe in the way that fits the universe, and updating him without people picking apart, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, this is actually like this. It's almost like Iron Man 1, when they took a lot of liberties, but it made the character better, and people didn't pick that apart. I feel like somewhere in the middle of the MCU, people started picking everything apart. Well, you didn't include this person. Well, you changed the name of this thing. You moved this around. You changed this to that. And us not knowing a lot about Shang-Chi is, I think, going to add to us learning all together about that universe, and I think that's really exciting and fun.
Yeah. Yeah, he's somebody that I'm very excited to see come back around and start interacting with other characters. And you're absolutely right. That's part of the thing that I think hurt Black Panther and helped Shang-Chi. Is Black Panther is an icon. He's Illuminati. He's an original Avenger. Mm-hmm. He's an A-tier hero. He's somebody that everybody knows. So when you start doing things differently with Black Panther, you're going to get big responses from the crowd. Shang-Chi, when they don't know anything, they're like, I love this guy.
Same thing with Guardians.
Guardians?
I don't care what anybody says. Nobody knew shit about the Guardians that I know. They act like they knew everything now, but
Right.
like back then, nobody really knew much about the Guardians. It was kind of like a dead line of comics. They haven't published anything new in years,
Yeah.
so it was
Same with Scott in Ant-Man, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody knows Hank Pym. Everybody was
Yeah.
ready for Hank Pym. When you get Scott Lang, you're like, "Wha-"
everybody collectively went, "What?"
yeah. And then they were able to move forward freely, and it was amazing.
Yeah. It's almost like Marvel knows what they're doing sometimes.
Right. If I had to find one complaint about the movie, there were certain areas with CGI, not the whole movie by any means, but there were certain CGI elements that I was like, that's really CGI.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was so invested in the movie and so in, and it's really a minute part of the movie, to be completely honest. But most of it, I was just like, God, this is incredible.
That's the same thing that happened to me with Black Panther, because everything looked amazing. And there's one scene where they're fighting on the tracks. It just looked so rubbery. I'm just like, oh, it's pulling me right out.
Yep.
Because they're just kind of bouncing around like choo choo, like nothing has weight to it.
Yeah.
So it looks bouncy, and I don't like that in movies sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they turned off the things, man. That's why they're bouncing.
That's why it's so bouncy. I get it.
Yeah.
Correct. They killed the gravity thing or
Yeah.
whatever, or they engaged it.
But sometimes you see a full CGI character moving through the air. You're like, that's not how people move.
Yeah.
Nobody
sure.
bends like that.
Um,
Can we get into the spoilers, please?
yeah, let's get into spoilers. And there's another thing.
Bursting at the seams over here.
Let's do it. Let's get into spoilers right now.
Spoiler alert. If you have not seen it.
Yes. If you have not seen Shang Chi and do not want to know the details of the following film, please turn off this podcast right now. Go watch the movie and then come back and turn it on.
3, 2, 1. When
All right, I'm
Iron
gonna
Man
kick
comes
this
back to
off.
life, it's fucking ridiculous.
I know, right?
Oh, gosh.
All right, so my biggest thing, like you said earlier, I don't really know who Shang-Chi is. I have no idea what the 10 rings are. I wish they would have delved into how he came to get the 10 rings and what they actually were a little bit in that movie.
And how far back they'd been around.
Yeah, that might have been my only complaint about the movie.
Yeah.
That, and at the end, why the fuck is Bruce Banner regular Bruce Banner that has his arm in the sling? Motherfucker.
So,
What the hell?
yeah. There are two end credit scenes.
Might as well start at the end and
Both
work our way
both
forward.
are amazing. Both are amazing. One of them features Wong, and Carol Danvers and Bruce Banner, not Hulk, not Professor Hulk.
No.
Bruce Banner
Still in the sling.
and Bruce is still in the sling and wearing this bracelet with a green light on it that I want to know what it is. And the other one is his sister, who was another really good character. But let's go back.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about this relationship is the relationship between Katie and Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so genuine and so good. They look like they actually are like friends in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Awkwafina gets that with a lot of people when she gets on screen with them. I think she's just one of those people that is so charismatic, it's hard not to love her.
I've never seen her in anything before, and now I want to watch everything with her in it.
Yeah.
Like, she has that Nora from Queens show. I'm like, I'm going to watch that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to watch Nora from Queens just yet.
I know she's in Crazy Rich Asians, but
I would watch that for sure.
Jen's watched it. I have not watched that.
Same. My wife has watched it. I haven't watched it yet.
Watch Nora from Queens?
No, Crazy Rich Asians.
I hear it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but absolutely great things about that movie, so I do want to see it. But that relationship really grounds the whole movie, I feel. Like, it makes it a little bit more relatable.
That scene where they're at work and the red Mercedes pulls up and the sharp-dressed guy gets out, and then you realize they're the valets.
Yeah.
That is... that was a laugh out loud belly laugh moment for me. I love that scene.
And I knew that he was going to be the valet. I was like, he's getting all fancy. I was like, he's going to be the valet.
Yeah. When he was like, he was leaving and they were panning around the car. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. And then she's like, I'm going to drive slow. I'm not going to do anything crazy. We're going to be cool. Just get in. Do you trust me? Just get in. And then boom, off they go. The up late karaoke scene was pretty amazing as well. When she was like,
Yes.
we can go to bed, or I was like, yo, this is my favorite right now. And then meeting her family. Now, this was one of the things that I felt was a good representation of Chinese culture, for sure. Because a lot of my friends that are Chinese, anytime you go over to their house, their whole family's there. Mm-hmm. Everybody's there. Everybody's having dinner or lunch or whatever. Everybody's talking. Mm-hmm. Everybody's having a great time. And you got the family atmosphere from her. And they were like, go get a job. And then the grandma was like, are you going to get married to Shang Chi? And I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like what I have minimally experienced.
You
right?
mean Sean?
Sean, yeah. And a little back and forth between you changed your name from Sean to Shang, or from Shang to Sean. It's like naming your name is John. You changed to Johan or something like that. It's so stupid. I was like, this is my favorite. She asked the hard hitting questions.
He's like, I was 15 and I panicked.
What happened to your shirt?
And I love how he's deep in the story, and then all of a sudden the flight attendant interrupts.
Yeah. He's like, and I had to leave my father for this many years. You want vegetarian or chicken? Or vegetarian or beef? He's like, vegetarian. Yeah, vegetarian. Oh, we're out of vegetarian. What would you like? Beef. Because it's the only thing left. Beef. We'll take beef.
No, it's vegetarian or chicken, and then vegetarian, no. Chicken, no. And then beef.
Beef. We'll take beef. Because there's only beef.
Yeah.
So 2 beefs?
And then the dad. The story, the background of Dad. I'm trying to remember his name. I want to say it starts with a W.
Wing Wu?
Wing Wu.
Something like that.
Yeah, he is.
Because that's not his name in the comics. They changed it.
Right.
But for the better.
Yeah, but
sure.
he's fantastic. He really is.
I love the little amalgamation of like his dad and then the Mandarin and kind of making them one character.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think it's perfect.
I agree. And we're not going to get the original Mandarin ever. They made him the original Mandarin, and I'm totally cool with it. Yeah. I love how he jokes that other people were naming him the Mandarin. He goes, they named me after an orange.
Chinese dish, after an orange.
He goes, they sat there and they named me after an orange. But he's talking about, like, I love that he's this big bad. And he's finally turned soft, and family is important to him. Mm-hmm. He puts the rings away, and then the inevitable happens. But him being driven by getting his wife and getting the family back together, like, even though he's sending ninja assassins after his kids, he goes to Shang-Chi. He's like, I knew they couldn't kill you, buddy.
Yeah.
I love you. Come on. We're going back to the house. And, like, at no time, well, there's one moment where he kind of lashes out at him, but he's not angry or aggressive towards his kids. Even when there's like the final fight, he's like, are you gonna be the guy who's gonna take me down? You really? And he was just like, I don't know, his motivations were so good to me. And the ending, I didn't see the ending coming.
No, me neither.
I did not see that ending being what it was, with a massive dragon going after a soul-sucking fucking monster. I mean, as soon as that thing popped out, I looked over at Julian. I was like, uh-oh, we might have a runner. Because that
the
thing
kids
was
went with you?
genuinely
cool.
kind of scary. Yeah. And the thing sucking the soul. By the way, whatever happened to the guy in the kabuki mask? I thought he was supposed to be important.
You know what? I was just about to say, who else wanted to see that guy get unmasked?
I did.
I so did.
I wanted to see who he was.
Yeah.
At one point, I was like, is this the mom sneaking around?
I was hoping, I'm like, please don't let that be the sister or somebody like that.
Kind of what I thought.
Because I'm like, that's the same thing they did in Black Widow. Don't do that again.
Yeah, but I don't think it would have been the sister, because that person had been there his whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was grown.
But I didn't know if it was like a
yeah, but all of a sudden it gets picked up and its soul sucked out of its face, and I was like, damn it! All right, take his mask off.
What you look like?
Who is that?
That's Kabuki Man. That's the Yiddish soldier from Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I like when he was actually going to kill him, and then the dad stopped it. I was like, really?
Yeah.
You want this guy to be a killer, and this guy trained him up, and he finally loses. You got to let him die.
Mm-hmm.
But
well, no, he was going to kill the Kabuki mask guy, and
that's
Dad
what I'm
stopped
saying.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, that's what I'm saying. He stopped him.
Oh.
And
like, I got an investment in this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? But at the same point, he was like, I don't want you guys to die. I just wanted you. I got you. Yeah. No need to kill him.
Gave you 10 years to live your life.
Yep.
Now we're back.
Yep. Now we're back at it.
And it's time to get in the family business.
That whole scene.
I just thought it was going to be like martial arts, clan versus clan, big battle, and then dragons start coming out. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because when they kept talking about the wall, I'm like, they're going to go back to that in like the second one.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
yeah.
think they're going to do that now.
I thought the same thing. I was like, they're not going to touch the wall. That's really cool. I'm so interested in what's behind the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But them going back there was cool. That and Talo was the only spot, and it's only like a minute when they're seeing certain creatures and moving in that I was like, this looks kind of corny, but I'm so invested at this point, it really doesn't matter to me. But that was that little moment when they were in Talo. Even when they found the map made of water.
Yeah.
And all that other stuff, I was like, damn, this is so well done.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it didn't have to be the typical trope, and this I'm sound like a broken record at this point, where it's not like, you know, Shang Chi has the family he never, knew he needed, and he didn't fall in love with Katie, and they have this big romantic kiss in the middle of the battle. I like that she was empowered on her own.
Yeah.
And that she was aimless. She was very smart, very talented, and good at everything she put her hand to, but she just wouldn't commit to finding something to commit to and being good at it.
She's good at one thing, shooting arrows,
Right.
that's for sure.
Right. And then seeing her, grow in that aspect, and maybe that was that moment where she felt she needed to go further.
I liked her little moments with that old man.
Yeah.
It was Huang Bo or whatever his name is.
Yeah. I was surprised she let him die. I thought she was going to whip it out and save him.
See, what I really thought was going to happen, because it's a Disney movie, I really thought when the monster died at the end, all the souls were going to come back, and everybody's going to stand up and go, woo, that was crazy.
I did
but
too.
They didn't do it.
And another thing to make me love this villain so much is as soon as shit got real and he realized he was wrong and crazy, he was like, all right, I'll kill this thing, or I will die so you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was like looking at his son, like, I'm proud of you, man. I love you. I'm about to die. I was just sitting there in the seat like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
And not only that,
looking
that
at
was the
me.
same point where he throws the rings down too. And
To
gives
his
them
son.
Yeah.
Take these. You need them, not me. I was like, oh, this is hardcore right now.
Woo, boy.
And then it just takes off. It was such a good movie. And I love the fact that I'm having to sit and be like, what didn't I like about it?
Yeah. Because I'm typically not like a mythical creature kind of guy. I don't really like dragons, and I made
Me
a
neither.
joke. When they went into Tala, I'm like, oh, Narnia. Like I was like, but it
Yeah.
fit.
I like
And
the
everything
Chinese
else.
food dogs that were like real life. Like,
Yeah.
that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
The real
cool.
size.
But everything around it made me go, I'll accept this.
Yep.
And I'm taking it for everything it's worth.
Yep.
And the dragon horses.
All
and,
the
like,
dragon
Yeah.
scales of all the stuff that was their armor and stuff. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom at that point. Did I miss anything?
Yeah.
Right when they were making the dragon scale, I heard them say like, "Oh, we make it out of dragon scales," and then I scooted off to the bathroom, came right back.
It's
guess it was a
just
training
much
montage.
more powerful material to allow you to survive harder hits and stuff like that.
And it was one of the only things that would kill the soul eater things too.
Some of it felt like, yeah, that's absolutely right. Some
so
of
I
it,
pieced it all together after the fact. Okay.
yeah, some of it felt like Black Panther armor, like it had some sort of effect to it if you hit it. Did I pick that up incorrectly? Like, you know how his vibranium,
It
if
kinda
you hit him, the
activates,
kinetic energy would activate.
I don't know. I think they just made it red because it showed like the dragon scale, the dragon power behind it. You know how
Yeah.
when she beats him in the
I
beginning.
mean, it shimmered. It was
the
very
husband-
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they did a good job with the costumes in this. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought everything looked
Yep.
fantastic.
Perfect.
Can we talk about something we skipped right over?
Sure.
Juan versus the Abomination.
Yes.
How much time we got?
We have plenty of time.
I was like, what's the abomination?
It was.
Yeah, that was definitely the
And I was like,
Abomination.
Especially because
was,
Wong
but-
looks at him and goes, Emil, you're pulling your punches. And the
That's
Abomination
what
is Emil Blonsky.
Yeah.
Because they were going through the thing, and
Because that's what I thought. I'm like, wait.
I didn't recognize this myself, but I saw this in like a spoiler thing that when the people were fighting in the room, there was a Black Widow in there. I didn't catch that, but I saw a picture of it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a Black Widow. That's one
Yeah.
of
I
them
think
widows
I
that
saw
got
one of
away.
those in there.
And then one of the extremist guys
Yeah.
had the glowing
Yep,
face. And I'm
one of the
like,
extremist
I didn't
guys
catch
was
that
in there.
either.
I was
I'm
like,
like,
oh,
that's
that
cool.
shit.
I saw what they were, but I didn't really like
Right.
process.
I was just, so at that point, I saw the extremist guy. I didn't see the Widow, but I was sitting there like, show me Abomination. I want to see him right now.
Yeah.
And so I was just waiting to see him pop up. Wong was excellent. His little bit at the end was even better.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you guys need to rest up. If you're going to, your life is going to be crazy from now on. Like, yeah, we're going to go and rest up. Or
Hotel California.
Oh, that was great too. She was on the balcony and she tried to sing that.
Oh, yeah. On a dark desert highway.
Her voice is
Yeah.
just captivating.
It really is. And the person had no idea what to do.
Yeah, like she said, that's
It
confusion.
works.
Yeah, it did work. And then somebody, I think the sister saved her.
Yeah.
Which the sister was a good character in herself. I mean, she was kind of forgettable to me in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, when they got back to the home base and she started talking into her life and talking about her brother, I was like, oh, I'm into this. She's cool too.
I love that Golden Daggers Club. I thought that shit was real cool.
And I like that she's like, yeah, no, okay, yeah, we're done. Okay, I'll absolve the 10 rings. No problem. I've been running a crime syndicate my whole life, and you want me to dissolve the most powerful one I've ever been a part of? Okay.
Well, was it really a crime syndicate or a fight club?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was a fight club.
Yeah. Illegal fight club, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you're gonna up and restart keep the 10 rings going, but you don't have the 10 rings.
Yeah.
And you know your brother.
What are they gonna call themselves?
So like,
Yeah.
Zero rings.
Shang's not giving up the rings.
yeah. So is she now gonna try to get the rings in the next one?
What do you think the next movie's going to be? Come on,
I'm
man.
here for it.
Yeah.
It said the 10 rings will be back.
I think we see Shang-Chi again in another movie, in a team-up movie. I don't think we see Shang-Chi 2.
I hope
no.
I hope they hold him off.
I want to see Shang-Chi 2.
I'd rather see Shang-Chi 2 than him in, like, he'll probably be in Doctor Strange.
I think you're gonna see him come out of an
Yeah.
orange circle somewhere and then just start.
You
whooping
might
wholesale
absolutely
ass.
be right.
Just what, maybe he's in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Katie.
and to me, the best part about this, and we've talked about this, we've talked about Black Panther before, and I know that there's a lot of parallels for this one. What I didn't like in Black Panther was when they said the whole, another broken white boy, or everything was about, the white people keeping them down and stuff like that. And this one, I felt like Black Panther, Killmonger, Shuri, all those people were strong enough in their own right that they didn't have to, be like that, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
It does, but I actually kind of like. I get it what they were saying, like, because they just called him a colonizer.
Yeah,
which is what they did.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they pretty much, because they kept themselves closed off to the world, so they really didn't have to really deal with that problem. But they know where they are, so they just, hey, colonizer, don't. But I don't remember the whole white people keeping us down. I mean,
it was kind of the mantra of Killmonger.
Killmonger,
yeah.
But,
and I get that.
and I don't think it was really more so white people keeping us down. It was more like we could do something and you could really help, but you're not helping people that look like us.
The reason I spurned that comment specifically is because I wanted the focus in Black Panther to be about the culture and how beautiful it is and amazing it is. Not, not that I'm not ignoring the bad past that's been there, obviously, but I want them to be strong on their own right. And that's what I felt Shang-Chi really absolutely dominated in, and that was one of the things that made it so good, is they didn't have to prove anything to anybody for any reason. They were just powerful. They had their own beautiful culture and were able to focus on that. I loved that because we got a comment on Facebook from a guy that I really, really like, Matsui, and he said he was glad that it didn't get whitewashed, this movie. And I was like, I can see why you're saying that.
Yeah, because this cast was perfect.
Yeah.
Top to bottom, every single person in this movie, 100% perfect.
Right.
So,
and I just I think that they really nailed it, and they didn't make it about a race thing.
Yeah. Well, that was also Killmonger's driving force. You know what I mean? The fact that he came from where he came from after his dad was killed and all of that. And so that's what actually pushed him and motivated him.
Yeah.
So I can see that being like his thing, and I understand it. But it wasn't necessarily that, like, he wasn't like, oh, white people are all bad. You know what I mean? But it was more so that we could do something about it, but you have all this shit and we're not.
Yeah, and he was saying that there's people like us oppressed all over the world.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely right.
Because that was kind of the thing that his dad was starting to do. with the whole guns and doing things. He just kind of wanted to carry on his legacy, especially when you find out that your uncle and you're freaking royalty of a place that has like unlimited resources, and you're watching people die left and right. So what does he do? Joins the CIA, learns from white people, and does all that and topples.
Well, that was the thing that I was kind of like, I felt almost was hypocritical, because he was like, oh, he didn't go learn from white people. He went out and got it on his own. He became that person because he was able to achieve what he could. Nobody gave him anything. He took it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was the lesson that I loved about Killmonger, was that it was like he was in such a terrible situation and he found his way back. Yeah. And now, I don't think there's a parallel to Killmonger anywhere in the MCU, to be completely honest with you. He was a very unique villain and I liked him, but, in regards to that, that's what made that movie different from this one.
Yeah.
Was the focus there. And I felt like Shang-Chi really just knocked it out of the park as a whole.
Speaking of white people, can we talk about my favorite guy in this movie? Trevor Slattery.
Trevor Slattery.
Oh, God. You would pick the one white guy, you racist. No, Trevor was funny as hell.
That was such a great inclusion, and I am so happy that was not in any of the trailers.
Yeah.
He was happy. That's a nice surprise.
But yeah, for him to come in and say that he was an actor and they spared him because he was doing performances for everybody.
He's like a court jester kind of guy.
And what was his buddy's name?
Maurice.
Yeah. Don't say anything to him about his face. He's very particular about that or whatever. I like how he's like, go faster, left, right, forward. He's 93% sure he can get you through. So 19.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really loved it. I can't wait to see where we're going from here. It gives me a lot of hope.
Bring me more Shang-Chi, please.
I think our next movie is No Way Home.
No, it's Eternals.
Oh.
That's next month.
We're not seeing Shang-Chi in Eternals.
No.
No way.
Ooh. That could be where the 10 rings are from.
Yeah.
They were talking about these are really old.
Yeah. And that's what I think.
Oh,
man.
mama.
Because they mentioned Wakanda, which is the first place anybody would think when there's groundbreaking technology on the earth. Is no, it's not from Wakanda. And then they're like, no, it's not Kree. And as soon as they said it's not Kree, I was like, well, damn, who's it from? And that might be it.
Celestial technology.
Because they had the variants that's what they're there to protect, and those things.
Deviants.
Deviants or whatever, and those soul things.
Oh.
Yeah. Shit, did we just break it wide open?
Burst it right open.
Oh, my.
My headphones
where
We're blowing the roof off, baby.
After seeing the trailer beforehand,
spoilers for Eternals.
and then watching the movie, I was like, oh, I can't wait for Eternals now.
Oh, my God.
Because I know it's all going to tie in. I don't know how, but I know it's all going to tie in. And
I was apprehensive about Eternals, but now I'm like...
Yeah, no, I'm here for it now. I'm here for it.
Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been the Cigar City Sports Podcast. Just kidding.
Whoa.
Alter Ego Podcast.
You okay?
That was
great.
a shameless plug, bro.
It was. It was a shameless plug. You don't know what that is? Don't go check it out.
Yeah, shame.
Anyway. I have been Jack. This is Mark.
It's me.
This is Ryan.
It's him.
I'm Ryan.
Alter Ego, baby. We'll see you next week.
Megan hated this movie.
Absolutely hated it.